Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And today we're going to do an unboxing video. Today we're going to unbox a figure 3-pack. This is Rose in First Order Disguise, BB-8, and BB-9E. So let's take these guys over to the toy studio and cut them loose. Come on. Alright everyone, here we are today with a Force Link figure 3-pack. This is Rose in her First Order Disguise, BB-8, and BB-9E. And these characters all appeared in The Last Jedi. And we are going to unbox these guys today. But before we get that far, I just quickly want to spin the packaging around, let you guys take a look at it. And normally on the back you would have a character description or figure description, and of course Hasbro is heavily pushing the Force Link product, and they're just giving you a description of how it works, and you can see how you strap it to your hand, and we will get into that shortly. I do have one of those right here next to me, and
I'm ready for my mission.
Whoa, she scans through the box. Very good. Okay. So we just learned something there. So let's unbox these guys. Let's do it. And to get into these funny shaped boxes, you're gonna cut tape in a couple areas, and they should pop right open here. Alright. Oops, we're still ripping it. So, alright. Very nice. Very nice. I love the extra accessories, but there she is in her First Order Disguise, Rose, BB-8 and BB-9E. And let's get them out of there. Okay, and so we have Rose's little blaster pistol. And then we have another blaster rifle with some assembly required, and a rod of some sort that we will see if we can figure out what that is. And then of course everyone's favorite BB-8, and we will check him out closer in a second. And ooh. BB-9E. There he is. And again, we will check those guys out in a bit here, and we're going to look at Rose. And already I'm seeing things I like. She has a working holster. Very cool. We'll go ahead and put the gun in there and take a closer look at Rose here. And wow, she is actually a fairly small figure compared to some of the other ones in this line. And it's a pretty simple outfit. It's just a First Order's officer's outfit. And you can see she has her little hair sticking out there. But let's run through her movements real quick. So, okay, interesting. You have head movement, side to side, and round and round. And I'm going to guess up and down as well. So, wow. A lot of head movement on this character. And here at the arms, you have rotational movement. And no waist movement. And you do have leg movement at the hip. But if you look at the way the officer's uniform is that she's wearing, you'll see here that part of it kind of hangs down over her legs like a little skirt or something. And that is restricting the character's movement. So when you go to put her legs in the seated position, that's about as far as they're going to go, because you're fighting the officer's uniform. And it's going to be the same way in the back. Well, her back swings pretty good on her legs, or her back stroke. There we go. And then of course we have this little tiny First Order officer's blaster pistol, and we will see how this fits in her hands, because she has little tiny hands. All right, there you go. So she does hold it. Very good. And it's in there pretty good. Nice and firm. And let's see here if she can put it in both hands. Okay, so she can hold it in both hands, but I think it's designed to be in this one because if you can see it, the way she holds it, it's kind of at a funny angle. Okay, so let's holster that thing back up here. And the final figure of quality test. Will she stand? There we go. Very good. Very nice. All right. So let's look at these BB-8 units, or BB units, excuse me. And here is, of course, the man himself, BB-8. And before I got my hands on one, he's always kind of curious how they made BB-8 figures because he's a ball and it's kind of hard to see on camera, but they put a very small flat spot on him right here where the Force Link emblem is. And if you don't know what this is here, what that little blue... Oh, my Force Link just powered down. Excuse me there. If something is scannable by the Force Link, and there are some accessories that are scannable and figures, that's going to have this little logo on it, this little emblem. And that lets you know you can scan it and get Force Link phrases out of the scanner. So he doesn't just flop over all the time. You can see he has a little flat spot on him, so you can kind of... But he isn't weighted to stay standing up. So you can position him. You don't have to worry about him falling over. And then if you look here on his movements, and of course, the only thing, of course, he has is the head, but it just has a large... You can see, if you look through here, I can see it a lot better than you guys on camera, but if you look between his head and his body, you can see there's basically just like a little peg that goes all the way through, and the hole that the peg comes through is enlarged so you have room to move it. And you can see you can move his head a little bit, but that's all you get. You get about maybe a half-inch stroke on it. So, and it does rotate as well. And then the antennas are flexible, so you don't have to worry about breaking them off. And as far as I can tell, that is it for BB-8. And let's look at BB-9E. And this is, of course, the first order BB unit. And he's built pretty much the same way there. You can see the Force Link logo on the back. And it's the same thing. He has a little flat spot on him, so you can stand him up. There you go. Let's let the camera focus on him there. And here we go. And so there you can see the pattern on him and everything. And it's the same thing. You have a little bit of head movement on him, and you can go in all directions. It's, back and forth, up and down. And as you can see, his antennae are much smaller. And his head does rotate as well. So you can rotate the head. And there you can see the red eye. And I don't know how true this is, but I did see some things about this character online before the movie was released. And one of the rumors I heard were these two were supposed to actually have a little fight scene. And it kind of seemed like to me when you're watching The Last Jedi, they were kind of setting this guy up to do something. He kept scanning BB-8 and he kept scanning Rose and Finn, but nothing ever happened after that. So I kind of thought there was supposed to be a little more to what this character did in the movie, and I think he might have fell in the deleted scene category. Okay, so then let's get these guys out of here for a second. The other thing that you get with this pack is one of these large first order blaster rifles, and as you can see, it's made out of flexible plastic. And it appears there is some assembly required here. So let me see here if I can figure this out. If not, I'll pause it and come back. Okay. So, okay. I always wondered why these things had a giant thing on the front of them here, and I'm not sure which one's supposed to go in there. I think it's this one. Nope. It goes in that way. Okay. So if you're familiar with this weapon, when you see them, normally this part is folded up over the trigger assembly. And I always thought it was kind of big and bulky looking, and there you can see what it does. I've never seen it do this before. That's very interesting. So this part unfolds, and this piece actually, if you had one of these in person on you, a real one or a prop or whatever you want to call it, this part should move and fold up. But as you can see, the only part that moves on it right here is this little bipod part at the bottom. So, and it's apparently, I didn't know it did that. It is, so you have a little support stand when you're firing the large blaster rifle. Very cool. I did not know it did that. And the other thing you can see here is there's a little pole for the back of it here, and it helps stabilize it. And so what you have, if you look closely here, on the bottom of the gun, there's just some holes, and I know it's a little difficult to see because they're all black, but if you look right here, you can see there's a little hole, and in the back here behind the trigger guard, there's even a smaller one. And so you put the pole in the small hole, and you put the big bipod type accessory in the smaller hole, and then the gun can sustain itself stand almost like it's on a tripod. So very cool, very cool. I didn't know that these guns did that. Very nice. And as you can see, mine has a little bit of bend in it, so if you come across this problem when you collect figures, you just give it a little correctional bend, and there you go. That looks much better. But I'm not going to lie to you. I know, being a big-time figure collector, you are going to run across every now and then some poorly produced accessories, for lack of a better term. So there you go. And real quick, this is 4 rows, but I'm going to be honest with you, because I know BB-8's not going to hold it. I don't know that she's going to hold on to this thing, because the handle is fairly large, if you look in there, and she has very small hands, but we will try it anyway. Let us see here. But again, I am looking at the handle. It looks like they might have downsized it just a little bit for Rose. And wow. This is not a figure-friendly gun. Here, let's try this hand. Yeah. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to make this thing work. Okay, so she's got a grip on it, or I thought she did. She's not holding on very well. Alright guys, I am ended up having to fight her, and this is not working, and this is turning into a bad video. So. Oh, jeez. Alright, so let's move on to the Force Link. I'm going to warn you, if you decide to buy this package, just be aware you might have some complications getting Rose to hold on to that giant blaster rifle. So let's move on to the Force Link. So here it is. This is your Force Link. And real quick, if you're not familiar with what it is basically a chip scanner with a little speaker on it. And this is the speaker right here. And what you do is each of these figures has a little chip in it, and you scan it with this part of the scanner right here, actually. And it will recite lines from the movie. So let's see what our friend Rose says. But before we get there, I'll show you how you turn this thing on because it's a little bit tricky. So what you want to do is you just tap this part and you'll see it light up. There you go. And you can see the lights blinking. And then you just scan your figure from there. So let's see what Rose says.
I'm ready for my mission. Quiet. We have to be careful. Take cover. We have to get out of here. Quickly, stormtroopers are coming.
Quickly, stormtroopers are coming.
Quiet. We have to be careful. Quickly, stormtroopers are coming. Quiet. We have to be careful. Take cover. We have to get out of here.
Trying to see if she says anything different from the first scan.
Quickly, stormtroopers are coming.
Okay, quickly, stormtroopers are coming.
Quiet. We have to be careful.
Quiet, we have to be careful. Okay, so there's some of her phrases, and of course some blaster sounds. Very nice. Okay, and now I'm starting to wonder if this thing can be scanned. Nope, just checking. Okay, so let's see what our man BB-8 has to say. I wonder. Okay, so there you go. There is BB-8, and I didn't expect it to be much more than a few beeps. So, very cool. Let's check out... There he is, BB-9E. Very nice. All right. There are your BB droids. Here is your blaster that comes with it. And of course we have our girl Rose. Very nice. All right. There they are, guys, from the Force Link line. And this is Rose in First Order disguise, BB-9E, and BB-8 in a Force Link figure 3-pack. And thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. And if you're liking the videos, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all y'all's support out there. Thank you so much. And talk to you guys later. Bye.